prayer group that I started on Thursday mornings. Ruth and her and I pray on Thursday mornings. I'm part of a prayer group, a World Ministry of Prayer. Prayer works. Prayer works because all it does is put out what it is that you want, not what you don't want. We all know what we don't want. We're supposed to state what we want. And so I invite you to do that today. State it, claim it, create it, be it, and have it. You can have it all. I often have people say, how could you have done so many things in your life? I've done enough in this lifetime for 5 lifetimes. Because I want it all. And I can do it all. The only thing that limits us is what we are limited by in our own imaginations. So dream, believe, and create.
Well, I must say that I am extremely proud and gracious to be ordained this evening. And I am so blessed and so grateful for all the support that I have received doing my work as a practitioner and as a minister and a teacher. But I have had wonderful people in my life to help me expand in my spiritual growth and to achieve all that I love to achieve in this spiritual world. I call these people my diamonds. And my biggest diamond is Reverend Dr. Marilyn Hall. She has been my professor, my teacher, and mentor. She has inspired me and encouraged me, and therefore I became a practitioner in 1991. After taking those courses, I didn't become a practitioner right away. I said, God's going to have to give me a sign. Because I know this is profound work. What Ernest Holmes tells us, you know. But you know, Ernest Holmes also talked about that divine urge. And I waited for that sign. So one night, I had that tremendous dream. I felt the most love. That love was so harsh and so strong that I couldn't deny it. Now the stole I'm wearing is just loaded with hearts, representing that love. And I told my daughter about it, my other daughter, because my other sweetheart is here too, she's here. But I told her I wanted something to represent love, and so she sent me this wonderful stone. But talking about this biggest diamond in my life, in my path of spiritual growth, Reverend Dr. Marilyn Hall. When she was the senior pastor, senior minister of the New Thought Center Creative Living, she helped me to go through challenges that I didn't think that I could go through. And during the time I was teaching school, and I told her, I said, you know, something wonderful happened to me today. I was in a workshop of 100 teachers, and it was a gifted workshop. And out of all those people, it was only a few of us that was chosen to work on this committee for gifted children and to help teachers in their gifted strategies in teaching children. And I said, I didn't understand that. She said, well, Ruth, you should know. our principles that I have been teaching. You should know that. But anyway, because of that, and because of her teaching, her encouragement and all, I become finally, and that love I felt, I became a practitioner in 1991. And I received my ministerial credential in Science of Mind in 1998. And in that same year, my Doctor of Religious Studies. And by her being the senior minister, she gave me that opportunity to teach the required subjects to student practitioners, which I've enjoyed. And it was a joy. It's always a joy to see when others get the message and change their lives. And that's been a joy for me. Also, I worked on her board of regents, and also was the dean of the Emerson Theological Institute's satellite campus there. And I continued as dean and teacher and head of the junior church under Reverend Schroyer, senior minister of the Joyful Living Church. And of course, all these activities has helped me grow and expand in my spiritual growth. Also, being a member and on the board of the San Diego League of Practitioners. This too was a joy, and it helped me on that path of spiritual growth. So I consider that group also a diamond in my path, in my growth of spiritual growth and expansion. So I intend to continue to grow, to help others, and to know that there is one power, one presence. It is unlimited, it is within each of us, that we can utilize it for our highest good and the highest good of others. Now that was my mission a long time ago, and I certainly have endeavored to carry that through in my spiritual work. I love this one heart and one mind too also. I enjoy the messages from Reverend Gisela and Reverend Tom. They are wonderful people, and I am having fun here. And I certainly enjoy doing the work here. So I want to say to you that I have many friends that are diamonds in my life. I see them here. I've invited them here. And one personal friend that I call her my spiritual friend, and that's Reverend Donna Clark. And we support each other in our challenges. And also a Reverend Rita Schaefer. We came through together in our ministerial studies. We helped each other and worked with each other. And we have been together for a long, long time. And I have another group that I am with on Tuesdays, twice a month, where we encourage each other, we study together, we discuss these principles, and that to me, those are diamonds in my life and in my spiritual growth. Also, there's one more person that I wanted to mention. Some of you might know him. He made his transition. And he was a diamond in my life also, and that was Dr. Theory Rogers. He believed in continual education for the ministers and practitioners. And I acquired a lot of knowledge from him that opened my eyes to help me to know who I really am. So I have decided to continue my work, and anytime I'm needed in the function as a practitioner or as a minister, I am ready to do the job because I know I'm a messenger of God. I see that spirit in each and every one of you, and I know that you can use it, that power, for your good and the good of others. Thank you.
I have one gift for each of these girls that was given to me by Reverend Jerry Troyer. See, he didn't even know he gave it to me. I went to Reverend Jerry Troyer one time when I needed support, and he gave me an affirmation. And he said, whenever you're feeling down, you say this to yourself. And I'm passing it on to you too, because being a minister is not always easy. And you will always bear the projections of others, whether you like it or not. So this is what you have to remember. You are a much requested, richly rewarded, expert in your field. Anything other than that is background noise. God loves you.
Well, we have three very powerful, newly ordained ministers. And what I'm reminding you of, you already know. You are already exemplifying so beautifully. But I'm going to say once again, remain steadfast in your ideals. Let your thoughts always be centered in the realization of the divine presence within each and every person. I charge you to go, to teach, to heal, to serve, and to may the peace of God abide within you, in your lives, in your ministries, forever, always. The greatest of the mystics have been powerful, very powerful, because they knew the power of prayer. And so I remind you, but I remind really all of us of the infinite power of prayer, to pray, to pray, to pray. And to know that when we pray, the answers are there abundantly, overwhelmingly, and above all that we ask and think, ever greater. So now, beloved ministers, day by day, through all circumstances, no matter what may happen, no matter what appears, all times, pray. And now it gives me the great joy and privilege to present to you all, to everyone here in attendance, these three most beautiful, newly ordained ministers. Reverend Jennifer, Reverend Dr. Wanda, Reverend Dr. Ruth. We are richly blessed by their commitment, by their dedication, by the light they bring into the world. We are all blessed because they let their light shine. So let's know together, right here and right now. In this moment of time, we are forever changed. We are transformed. We have reached a new level of consciousness because we have witnessed the very best and the highest that these three ministers have demonstrated. They have all encouraged us to be more, to accept more, to live more. And as Dr. Wanda says, to love, to live, to laugh. Right here and right now, we accept this blessing. And we know that each one of us draws to ourselves the highest and the best, and we give it back to the world. And thereby, lives are healed, and all is well. With great gratitude and a joyous celebration of this moment, I know that all is well, and that's the truth, and so it is.
And so it is.
And so we once again thank everyone who contributed so richly by your wonderful presence. We thank our musicians, we thank Malcolm, who introduced us, Reverend Leslie, every one of the presenters, the officiants, everyone, Jim, who did sounds, everyone who so richly contributed to this experience of joy and celebration. And we have some cake and coffee there in the hall. Please join us for some fellowship. And once again, thank you for being part of this experience. We'll forever remember this with great gladness and fondness, and so it is.